Welcome to the Uncommon Transformation television series.
Akwa Ibom, ay ay ay, siya na barasone kisonge mananye. Akwa Ibom ojip, ay ay ay, ay ay ay.
The late former South Africa President Nelson Mandela had said that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And it is a truism that no society can truly attain development without a corresponding attention to education. This explains the reason behind the huge investment in the sector by the present Akwa Ibom state government under the watch of Governor Godswill Akpabio. His initiative is to buttress the submission by that renowned scholar and communicator, Walter Cronkite, that whatever the cost of our libraries, the price is cheap compared to that of an ignorant nation. Following his assumption of office as State Chief Executive, the governor, realizing the importance in education, declared a state of emergency in the sector to address the decay which characterized it. He followed this up by declaring education free and compulsory for all children of school age resident in the state. School enrollment has since 2008 quadrupled, with figures in the region of 2 million.
You know, when I was growing up, we did not have governmental assistance to be able to access secondary school education. And so I had sworn as a young man that if I ever had the opportunity, no child would be denied the opportunity of going to school on account of the circumstances of his or her birth. And so I believe that is one policy that I'm very proud of, and I'm very excited that it has worked very well in the States. I really wanted to be in school, and I know that there are children in various rural communities across Nigeria, and particularly in my state, who are yearning for education. And of course, maybe they are denied the opportunity because of the circumstances of their birth. And that was the reason why Akwa Ibom was noted for being an industry for producing houseboys and housegirls. And because a lot of them could not access even mere secondary education, not to talk of tertiary education. And so when I came as a governor, I was determined to change that paradigm. I was very determined to ensure that I made a difference in the educational sector of the state. And so in 2008, precisely, I declared free and compulsory education for all Nigerian children who are resident in Akwa Ibom State. And I've said it before, the policy was simple. If you educate your children and you don't educate your neighbors' children, you are preparing armed robbers to attack your graduate children in future. You must take it from that. We must be our brother's keeper. And then we must ensure that Nigeria remains one. So that is the reason why we have triple school enrollment. Today, at the basic education level, we have up to 1.95 million children. And you look at the population of less than 5 million. So to have such number of children shows clearly that most of the children, or maybe a third of them, are not really from Akwa Ibom State, but they are Nigerians, and they are lucky to be in Akwa Ibom State when this policy is ongoing.
I think that the governor is really doing good in creating schools for us.
He's building good roads for us to drive and drive safely, and in the future, I want him to continue to be building good roads and making some places better.
I like so many things about what our governor has done for us.
The governor is doing things like building roads, schools.
And I also like how the governor is providing real education for the children to learn and understand some things in future.
I like the free and compulsory education, the Tropicana and the schools and other places that he has built and the good roads he has constructed.
Because of the rediscovery of the importance in education, the quest for tertiary education also increased, with the citizens seeking more placements in institutions that could barely cater to the large demands. This paved way for the establishment of the state-owned university by the immediate past administration in the state. That, however, wasn't realized until the coming of Governor Pabio, who in 2009 signed into law a bill establishing the Akwa Ibom State University. The institution was a year later recognized as the 34th state-owned university by the National Universities Commission (NUC).
Joint Admission and Matriculation Board would only be notified of the university's preparedness to commence academic activities upon verification of the critical mass of staff and facilities available to the new institution. May I use this opportunity to congratulate Your Excellency and the good people of Akwa Ibom State on the establishment of the university. Please accept the assurances of my highest regard as follows. Thank you very much.
It must be emphasized ab initio that this university is a child of the present administration. It was founded by His Excellency Chief Dr. Godswill Pabio, CON, like we said, in 2009. And what existed before really was by name. Akwa Ibom State University of Technology did not exist on the ground. It was a phantom, imaginary institution. And you couldn't find it anywhere. That's why it had no students, no campus, and no staff, essentially. I came here to meet only 2 professors, and that was all the academic staff. The rest had been recruited and sent overseas for training. So the administration established, the public administration established the university the way it is, conventional, with a core mandate to develop science and technology.
The gates of this baby institution were therefore opened that same year, 2010, to admit the pioneer 300 students into 3 faculties of agriculture, engineering, and natural and applied sciences. Everything happened with the speed of light. By November 2010, academic activities had commenced, and by February 2011, the institution held its maiden matriculation. From an initial 300 students population, AXU now has about 5,000 students, while the institution got full accreditation status in courses that were mature in the Faculty of Natural and Applied Sciences, a feat that further boosts the image of the university. Credit must be given to the education-friendly governor who graciously doled out a whopping 2 billion naira to facilitate the accreditation process.
Well, you have to start from history. That from 2000, there was intention to start a university. A structure was set up, but until this government came into being, there was no physical structure called Akwa Ibom State University, and students were not recruited. You know, it was still on the drawing board. But when this administration came into place, money was provided. A model secondary school that was built at Nkbarenen was remodeled to be a university campus. And you know, it takes a lot of investment. That investment was made and a task force set up that worked night and day to provide the infrastructure and the enabling environment for a university to take up. In addition to that, they took up the Obiokpa, former College of Agriculture, and also refurbished it, remodeled it to be another campus of the university. That took a lot of financial investment.
Government has released 2 billion naira towards accreditation, and there has been tremendous expansion for all the departments that are involved, and also the procurement and installation of equipment are being carried out. So the expansion is phenomenal. New buildings have been added for engineering and also for science. The entire Obiokwa campus, of course, now wears a new look. It has a massive faculty of agriculture and, of course, faculty of arts and social sciences. Even though they are not yet due for accreditation, they are also undergoing expansion.
I'm very happy that our governor has provided certain basic relief. Not too long ago, we got some funds to do reconstruction between this faculty, this campus, and the main campus at the Korokpaden. The state government has generously directed the construction of 2 very large hostels, one for girls, one for boys, over there.
This is an expanded library. The building was not adequate. In fact, they said it was grossly inadequate for a university library. We had just this small building here, and now it's an expansion. This area, the whole of this was a field, and the other one was the engineering workshop. But now, as you can see, the library space is quite adequate.
4 years down the line, the institution churned out its first batch of graduates, 42 in number, at her maiden convocation held on 2nd May 2015, with Governor Godswill Akpabio, visitor to the institution, physically present. Addressing the convocation, the governor, who paid glowing tributes to his predecessor for conceiving the idea for the establishment of a state university, said it was indeed a celebration of the actualization of a dream, realization of a vision, and fulfillment of a hope as enunciated by our forebears, who through so much sacrifice pioneered the community scholarship scheme for the people.
I will start my address by paying tribute to my predecessor and all those who conceived the idea of having a state university, and to say that what we have done as a government was just to continue. That government is to continue, and there was need for us to continue with all the good policies and programs that we made on ground. And I'm sure the then governor and his team will be very proud that yes, indeed, this dream has become a reality under my tenure, and that today we are able to send forth great scholars who are going to make Nigeria proud and Africa proud. So we are gathered here to celebrate the actualization of a dream, the realization of a vision, and the fulfillment of hope. These dreams, the visions, and the hope beat in the heart of every Akwa Ibom person, and they spurred our great forefathers to be pace-setters in educational pursuits in our climb, and to heights of enviable attainments in the past. Our forefathers were the first people in our country to go into community scholarship programs. I'm sure you are aware of what they used to call a BBO state scholarship scheme, where the communities contributed money and sent their illustrious children to go and study abroad. We're the first to go into that scheme in Nigeria. Today, in coming for this Maiden Convocation of our prestigious institution of higher learning, the Akwa Ibom State University, we celebrate our innate love and our passion for education. Furthermore, we mark another milestone in our uncommon transformation drive in our dear state, and also in our efforts at building a vibrant educational sector to power, of course, the development of our various policies. This institution has left indelible imprints in the education sector in our country and set a solid foundation for the development of future generations of Nigerians and, of course, Africans. Let me once again pay tribute to the immediate past Vice Chancellor of this great institution, Professor S.W. Peters, the former chairman and members of the Pioneer Governing Council, which was led by our erudite Dr. Okon Eminwen, for laying a solid foundation for the takeoff of this institution.
Just as the educated differs from the uneducated and living differs from the dead, there is an undeniable difference whenever a people attains new level of exposure. It is Akwa Ibom's belief, therefore, that if we must redeem our fatherland, we must invest in education. This has formed the cardinal objective of his administration's huge investment in education of the citizens.
As a state, we identify with the words of the late South African legend, Nelson Mandela, that education is the most powerful weapon which one can use to change the world. This explains why we consider the development of education as a panacea in the transformation of our society, and why education has had a prime place in our policies as a government. And if we are to redeem our fatherland, we must all invest in education across Nigeria. So I said earlier that in 2008, my state government pronounced a state of emergency in the education sector. We even had a stakeholders meeting before the pronouncement. We declared education free and compulsory for all children, irrespective of their tribe, irrespective of their state of origin, who are resident in Akwa Ibom State. And because of that, in the basic education level today, we have quadrupled intakes, and we have about 1.9 million children that we are training free in Akwa Ibom State. To further ensure compliance with that policy, my administration had to set up a task force on education monitoring to take care of the 3 senatorial districts. And so for the first time, we now have what we call senior special assistants on education monitoring. The result is such that no child has been left behind. Some of our Akwa Ibom children who were in Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Abuja selling newspapers, some of our age, came back and started schooling. 6 years after, today they are educated. They can read and write. To God be the glory. At the beginning it was difficult. One can say yes, that education is costly. But if you think that education is costly, try illiteracy. Illiteracy is a tragedy. Consequent upon this, therefore, we have had a corresponding increase in the number of children seeking university and tertiary education placements. This we do not mind because, like John F. Kennedy said, we may not have all the same talents, but we should have equal opportunity to develop our various talents. What will happen in the near future is left for the imagination of all. An institution that obtained its own certification in 2010 and was able to enroll its first set of students by 2011 and is doing convocation by 2015, 4 years after, is an institution to watch.
Chancellor of the University and Emir of Kazaure, as well as the Pro-Chancellor of the University, noted the partnership between the government and the university, which has led to steady growth as evidenced in the very significant physical and infrastructural development at both campuses of the university.
I believe that this is the first time, or one of very few in this country, that a newborn university is holding a maiden convocation for graduating its pioneer students. This, by any standard, is indeed a mark of excellence. On behalf of the entire university community, I most heartily welcome the visitor to the university, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Chief Dr. Gosul Akwa, CON, and his entourage.
The government of the Akwa Ibom State and this university are on equal partners who have lofty goals of achieving rapid growth targets. These are the state government under this administration envisions a transformed Akwa Ibom with a solid infrastructure, well-trained human capital, and a modern, constructive industrial base.
It will be recalled that the NUC had, in March 2005, given recognition to the establishment of the Akwa Ibom State University of Technology after the submission of the relevant instruments to the NUC for consideration. With the decision of the Akwa Ibom State government, in its wisdom, to replace the Akwa Architect with a conventional university, incorporating the technology-based academic programs, broaden the scope, and increase access, the National Universities Commission, in the exercise of its regulatory and advisory functions, was readily available to guide the proprietor, the Akwa Ibom State government, to realize its noble goal.
Vice-Chancellor of AXU, Professor Enoibanga, had kind words for the governor who has facilitated the development of the university and pledged on behalf of management to promote and sustain a healthy university tradition, even as they strive to become world-class university in Nigeria and beyond.
The university in the last 2 years, in order to meet the needs assessments of the Federal Ministry of Education and the National Universities Commission (NUC) requirements, with funding from the state governments and state funds, has built additional classrooms and laboratories, workshops, spaces on campus. This is also true for the number of staff offices, conference rooms, and other auxiliary facilities needed for the effective discharge of teaching and learning functions in action.
The students and the lecturers are especially delighted to have this high-caliber citadel of learning by their doorsteps and have kind words too for His Excellency Governor Gosul Akwa.
It's really beautiful. The government have, let me say the governor, His Excellency Chief Dr. Gosul Akwa has renovated everything, especially more, when you're talking about the cattle, he has renovated the buildings for the cattle, the piggery, the rabbitry, even the goatry, that's what it's called.
There's one man that has enabled this. Do you know him?
I know. Is this digital governor of ours? Is this versatile governor? And yeah, I want to tell you, I love you, my governor. You're so wonderful. Thank you for the uncommon transformation you've brought to Akwa Ibom State. You've brought to Akwa Ibom State University. I'm so happy, and I am a beneficiary of that, so I'm excited.
You know, the school is a new school. A lot of things are actually ongoing. Lecturers are coming in. People have been sent on training overseas. Some are doing some other stuff there locally. But looking at the manpower, from what we've heard, from the research we've done, we find out that Akwa Ibom State University, as a young university, you hardly find the manpower here elsewhere in other parts of the country.
In the words of Governor Gosul Akwa, with the successes recorded by the Akwa Ibom State University within so short a time, the university may just be the university to watch. Just as the institution is enjoying rave mention, other sectors in the state are equally in the global clear light. The uncommon transformation could be seen everywhere. From the seat of government, there are a lot on ground. In the city center, you can never be mistaken. In sports, we have this, and a whole lot more. This is Akwa Ibom State, the land of uncommon transformation.
Uncommon Transformation television series brings to you the latest information of the monumental achievements of the Governor Akpabio-led administration. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube to read the latest news, watch amazing videos and listen to in-depth analysis and interviews with the men and women working hand in hand with stakeholders to make Akwa Ibom State better. You can also log on to our website www.uncommontransformation.tv for more information. Uncommon Transformation television series, bringing to you the right and current information when you need it.